Hey, I'm Dan Miller. I'm working today on this video for my ISSA Strength and Conditioning Specialist certification. Today I'm going to be training Matt. He's currently training to play linebacker at the Division I level. Seeing as the season's coming up, we're going to be in the preseason cycle of our training. We'll be working on speed, agility, and explosiveness and trying to mix in as much technique to work on his skill as we can. Alright, so let's get this started. We're going to have Matt get into a warm-up here. We'll start him on a 10-yard jog. Next we're going to go into high knees. This is going to make sure his hips and hamstrings get loosened up before we get into our more intense running. Next for him, we're going to go with our butt kicks, get those quads loosened up. And after that, we're going to go lunges. This is a good way to get all the muscles loosened up, your glutes, your hamstrings. And after he's done with lunges, we're going to go into T-walks. We're really focused on keeping that leg straight, make sure we get that hamstring loose, keep it controlled on the way down, touch the ground, really get those hammies loosened up. From that we're going to go open door swings. Again, we really want to focus on getting the hips loosened up. Hips, all about hips in the running. We want them loose for more explosiveness and so we can avoid injuries. Next we're going to go karaoke with those high knees. Get that hip swing across. You see him bringing his leg all the way across. That's a good way to really get it loosened up. Last we're going to go with a push-up crawl. This is to focus on getting those shoulders and upper body really extended and loosened up for that arm swing to keep them loose. See how he's kind of dragging his feet? It's because we don't want too much legs on this one. That's what we used our other ones for. We want to really focus on upper body to get that loosened up. Last thing we're going to have him do is we're going to have him jog to the goal line and back. One last thing to get those legs loose before we start running. On the way there he's going to go about 50%. On the way back he's going to go about 60%. See how he's fully extending those legs, really working on the motion of a sprint. Even though he's only going 50%, it's really important to always be working on the correct technique. Okay, how you feeling, Matt? Good. Ready to go. Alright, so first what we're going to do is we're going to do starts. And for him at linebacker, we're going to always have him starting out of that linebacker stance. We're going to work it on all the angles and his ankles, his knees, his hips, staying over his toes. We're going to have him start on this. It's a 50-yard drill. On my hike, he's going to come out of it, working on his acceleration and reaction time. Every 10 yards, he's going to drop, give 5 push-ups, get back into that stance, and when I say go, he's going to go again. 10 yards this time for 50 yards. Ready, Matt? Yeah. Hike. Going out, dropping. Hike. 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 Alright, and bring it back. Bring it back. Alright, and now typically in a training session we're going to do 4 reps of that. And like I said, it's really important as a linebacker to be able to explode and excel out of your stance. So that's what we're working on in that drill. Next we're going to swing on over to here and we're going to work on a lateral Z cone drill. This is a great way to, 5 yards at a time, it's a great way to work on change of direction, agility, dropping your hips on cuts. That's where we're going to get that in 1 minute. Typically when we do that, we're going to go 4 reps and we're going to give them a minute between each. In football, you got to be able to go quick and then take a break, quick, take a break. So that's what we like to work on. Ready, Matt? Okay, so on this one, again, we want to really focus on getting those hips low, changing direction quick. So when I say hike, he's going to go through here and sprint through that last cone there. Hike. See him get those hips low, drive that front leg off of his cut. Going through that last one. And again on this, we're going to do 5 reps of this, and he'll get a minute between each to let him cool down, catch his breath, and then go again. You don't want to take too long. Don't want to let the muscles cool down too much. We want to practice going again and again like you will in a football game. Now we're going to swing back over here. What we're working on here is in coverage. As a linebacker, he's got to play the coverage too. So we're going to work on back pedal. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a back pedal. He's going to start on my hike again, and he's going to go anywhere from 10 to 40 yards in a back pedal. When I bring my football up, he's going to, that's the quarterback, he's going to make his read, swing those hips open, and make his cut. This is going to work on technique for him in coverage. It's going to work on reaction time, and it's going to work on that strength in his hamstrings and his glutes. Give Matt one more second here to catch his breath, and then we'll get started here. Okay, so he's going to start in his stance, as always. Hike. And he's going to jog it back. This one, we're going to go 3 sets of 5. We're only going to do a couple here to show you what we're working with, but typically we'll do 3 sets of 5. In between each set, give him a minute to take a break. Hike. And you can really vary it. So you can have him go 5 yards on a quick back pedal, or you can take him the whole 50 if you really want to work on getting those muscles. Okay, again, we'll give Matt a minute here to catch his breath. What we're going to do next is a med ball or tornado throw. We're going to do 3 sets of 10. And what we're going to have him do is start with the med ball here, drop his hips, and explode out, working on extension all the way through his ankles, his knees, his hips, and really exploding through. This is going to work on explosiveness and all through his legs and his back and his shoulders, everything. It's a really great drill for power and explosiveness. Give Matt a couple more seconds here. Alright, and what you're going to see is, if you watch his legs, you're going to see a full extension through those ankles, knees, hips, everything, exploding out and over his head. And we're going to have him jog to the ball and do the same thing coming back. Great form. You really see him exploding through that. Again, with a sport like football, you want to work on that constant, you don't get a long break between plays. So you want to work on constantly having him go, jog, go, jog. Alright, and that's good for that. Again, typically in a normal workout, this would be 3 sets of 10. He'd do 10 of those, take a minute, do 10, and go again. For today, we're just going to have him do a couple. Our 5th and final one is an ice skater with a med ball. And what we're working on here is that lateral strength. It's going to work on thigh muscles, exploding out, and also it's going to work on those stabilizers in your spine and your core. The technique we're working on here is really working on exploding out of the inside of your foot. A lot of athletes just jump. You want to make sure the technique's right before you do anything like this. So we're going to go on one leg, going to tuck the ball, get low, explode out, swinging those arms through. Give Matt another couple seconds here. These are, in football and other power sports, drills like this are great for building that strength that you need to make those cuts in game. Ready? Then swing that ball across and explode out. And, you know, even with an elite athlete like Matt, you know, he still saw that he had to catch his balance. This is great for balance, stabilization, everything. It's a great drill to work on power, all that. Now, typically, this is about an hour-long training session. Today we're keeping it short, but like I said, we typically do 3 sets, around 10 reps, depending on what it is. We like to give them a little bit of a break, but not too long of one. How you feeling, Matt?
Pretty good.
Okay. So now we're going to take him through what we usually do as a cool down. So first, again, we're going to have him jog down and back. Nothing too strenuous. Just want him to cool those legs back down. Again, even in cool down, you want to work on that leg extension. See if drive the knees. Okay. Now we're going to touch these lunges. A little bit of a twist. We're going to make sure his core is nice and loose. Way back, we're gonna have him come back here. We're gonna do some toe touches. We're gonna go wide on the spread our legs. We're gonna touch the middle. Hold that. Really stretch out those hamstrings. That's what we use a lot of times in sprinting is hamstrings, and we want to make sure they're nice and stretched out. We're gonna go to the left leg. And to the right. Go into a side lunge. And we're going to switch sides. Next we're going to go into the quad stretch. We're going to do this with both legs. Next we're going to go into a squat and get real deep and hold it there. Get those hips stretched out one last time. On this you want to make sure you keep in normal squat form, chest up. Get low with those hips. Alright Matt, you've done great today. I hope you learned something to use with your own athletes. Thanks.